One shall stand, and one shall fall.
Yeah. New kids on the block, we here making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. This Bobby one is the top. The head nerds in charge and R4C to making things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing back. Coming out the speakers in the car in the man cave. The mother bus is about to be knocked off the airwaves. So be very afraid. Better check your gameplay. Sitting on all that and finna take away your fan base. The stage is set. Better put respect up on our name. What you get right now, you get it later. A consistent game, a steady dosage. Once you start it, you can get enough. The people's chant ain't a topic we ain't finna touch. So bring your A game, cause the boys behind the mic finna do the same thing. One time for the one time, let it off like bang bang. We aiming to be the greatest, we accepting any challenge. With a snap of the finger, bringing balance, let's make it happen. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Head nerds in charge.
You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Head nerds in charge.
What it is, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What it is, y'all.
Yeah.
You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Head nerds in charge.
One shall stand, and one shall fall.
Yeah. New kids on the block, we here making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. This Bobby one is the top. The head nerds in charge and R4C to making things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing back.
What's good? This is the Head Nerds in Charge. We're back at Gamers Heaven, one of our favorite spots to be. All-inclusive gaming, all-inclusive geek stuff. If you ever in the Phoenixville area, Phoenixville, PA, come on in, stop by. We tag them on everything. So if you need the address, you can just do a quick little Google search, or you could look us up on our fan page and come on, check us out. This show is sponsored by Gamers Heaven. Much love to them for hosting it, letting us come in, take over the spot, because we got 20 minutes until Game of Thrones series finale. We got a special guest in the house, my man. He came all the way from God knows where he come from, Mr. George R.R. Martin. Mr. Martin.
Thank you. It's a delightful time to be here, for sure. It's a good getaway from finishing that last book.
Yeah, you're taking a while.
I am. I want to savor the moment.
You savoring a lot of things. The moment ain't one of them. We need that book.
Well, there's a way I'm doing this, and it's for money purposes.
Oh, gotcha.
You know Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
So you know how the original series, it bypassed the manga, did its own thing, got a lot of money, then they revamped it as Brotherhood, following more with the source material, because it's finished by then, and it made lots of people more money.
Okay, so it's a Greek thing.
Yes.
All right, cool. See, black folks, we like to surmise things. Money. That makes sense to me. Up in the booth, we got my man from Taking It Deep with The Godfrey. We have The Godfrey.
What's up?
You happen to be a big Game of Thrones fan, right?
Yep, I've seen every episode, and didn't have to binge watch it in the last 5 weeks.
Oh,
so if you have done that, welcome to excellence.
Binge watching that. What is that? 6 seasons in 5 weeks? Is that feasible? I mean, like,
someone just told me they did it in 6 weeks. They were texting me. I was asking if they're watching tonight. They're like, I just binge watched the whole series in 5 weeks,
just so that they could get with the series finale.
Yep.
If you binge watched all of Game of Thrones just so you could be a part of this momentous occasion, because this is hands down one of the most popular shows
means it's
ever.
the best show ever, if you're willing to do that. Put it in top 3.
Best show ever?
I mean, if you're talking series in the same kind of, I guess, format, like Sopranos, not the same, subject matter, but the same type of format, yeah, I'm going to have to put it in top 3 for sure.
I have
I'm
to
flattered.
agree with you. You should be. I mean, you figure
I swear I'm not kissing anybody's ass. Put your hands on the table. No.
Top 3, you have to say Game of Thrones. I haven't seen this kind of popularity and fervor since Lost. Lost was a big one. And Sopranos.
Yeah, Lost.
Not a Lost fan?
Was a big one. It lost me after 2 seasons.
Oh,
Third
bro.
season.
See, my problem with Lost was the fact that the finale ruined the entire series.
But
There's some concerns with that with this series finale.
I feel like we're getting a little bit of a Star Warsian expectation here, where these the new Star Wars fans don't like, or the older ones don't like it because it's not in the old style. Like it's almost like the same era to me. Like I mean,
Gotcha.
to me, I feel like there's no ending that's gonna make everyone happy. And the storyline they're going with now, I mean, it's obvious is, hey, he's the chosen one. He's the people. He's the people's champ.
Who, John?
Yeah, and they're playing toward that every episode a little bit. And Daenerys did what she said she was going to do. Everybody's like, I can't believe they made her do that. Has she really deviated from that action?
Now hold on. Now, because we're going to get George's take on this in a second. Because that's a really good point. They have always made John the reluctant hero.
Right.
He didn't want to be a part of the Night SWAT. He didn't want to be the Night Commander. He didn't want to ride the dragon. He didn't want to be King of the North. Now he has the opportunity to be the king on the Iron Throne, and he doesn't want that either. Everything he doesn't want, he seems to get. Daenerys was the actual people's champion. Like before they went to, I call it the Jon Snow Rocky.
She went corporate rock.
She was the people's champ. She's the breaker of chains.
She gave them a hood nod when he was like, listen, ring the bell. The battle's over. She was like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. And Grey Worm knew. He was like, yeah. That's why he threw the damn spear.
The only black guy knew what that nod
He knew what the deal was. And listen, I'm like, nope. She's going to drop the elbow. I could have bet money on that. But after that.
George, how do you feel about where they're taking your character?
I'm curious. So I gave the people who run this show what the end result is. I told them the rest is up to you. And it is up to them. I'm curious how they're going to lead up to that final point, that breaking point, that do or die moment in the series. How have they handled it the best that I wanted them to? No, but again, that just makes the fans want a reboot, and then they will get a reboot, and I'll get more money.
That's what it kind of breaks down to.
Do you think they're gonna give us a little tease of a reboot with the?
Well, they're already doing
the old double elimination ending.
They're already doing a prequel.
Who's to say that I don't have alternate endings on the DVD with deleted scenes, possibly scenes to explain what Daenerys has been thinking? And what if someone else takes the throne in that DVD?
Well, I'm going to just say this. Honestly, as far as producing a book, this is perfect for you. Because if people hate this ending, then they'll be looking for your next book to give them the ending, or at least a resolution that they will find more favorable.
A closure for sure.
Yeah, so basically, more money.
Now, I want to ask you, what is both of your top moments in the show? If you had to pick a top moment.
Ooh. All right, so I have 3. I have 3 top moments. One of them definitely was finding out how Hodor got his name, because that was genius writing. All this time we've been just calling him Hodor and didn't even think for 1 second that it's just a run-on sentence. Next favorite moment has to be Jaime Lannister seeing Bran in the window, walking over to him and nonchalantly saying the things I do for love, and chucking a little kid. That was when he did
some gangster shit.
Listen, when he did that, I instantly was like, wow, this is not a normal show.
Yeah, that's why when I saw them meet toward the beginning of this season, I was like, damn.
He was like,
I thought that I don't know. That was a moment.
And Bran saw him back in his hood. He was like, what's up, bro? I've been waiting for you. And remember, Brand said, I'm sitting here waiting for a friend. So he was waiting for Jamie to come back that entire time. My final favorite moment has to be my least favorite moment in the entire series, which is basically the Red Wedding. The Red Wedding was so deflating, I almost gave up on Game of Thrones.
You mean where they all got killed?
Yeah.
That was pretty bad, huh?
When
See, it's funny you say that because there's some series where there's a moment where I'll hit a wall and I might survive. It's like turbulence. I might not. I didn't survive on Dexter.
I did. Dexter was I was such a Dexter fan.
Yeah.
And then it just went.
I didn't survive on Weeds. I had to come back to that like 3 years later.
I wasn't a big fan of Weeds. I couldn't survive Breaking Bad.
I've never seen it actually.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad? That's right up there. Well, everybody told me I had to see Breaking Bad. So, unfortunately, I did, and it didn't really stick with me.
You got played?
Well, not that I got played. It just wasn't as good as Game of Thrones. And
you know what I get told about it the most? Kind of off topic. And I don't get it. Rick and Morty. I don't get it.
Oh, no. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. You are officially fired. Please pack your stuff up and get the hell off the show. What's your favorite 3 moments, Jamie?
Well, I loved when that little bastard Joffrey died.
Oh, you know what? Can I do a do-over?
I did a dance.
Can I do a do-over?
I danced.
Yo, I have never...
I did an Irish Jake.
I did. I waited for like the full moon and did a solstice dance. And then, like, we had Eye of Newt and everything. Like,
he was such an asshole.
Yo, he's such a good actor. And that I hate him as a human being now. Like, I was just at a Comic-Con where he was, and I avoided his table so not to punch him in his face.
I know it's a character, but I might call him a dick across the street. Like, you're a dick.
Yo, and he knows it. He takes it. When you play it, see, it's funny, like, if you watch The Walking Dead, Negan is like one of those characters that you love to hate. That wasn't Joffrey. Joffrey, you just hate. Like, Hitler hate. Like... Yeah, Hitler hate is probably the furthest you can go as far as hating individuals, except for the oppressive white people that enslaved black people for 400 years. But aside from them, Hitler hate is pretty much up there.
Yeah, I mean, another one was when I knew Jamie was going to die is when he decided to make his last bricks Brienne.
Oh, come on, man. The one night stand?
Yeah, I was like, wow, we're going to go here? The one girl that I thought ever wasn't going to actually.
Well, listen, I mean, he told Tormund, like, yo, listen, bro, that's me tonight.
He did her like Bobby Brown.
Oh, why you gotta bring Bobby Brown in this? It's my prerogative.
Yeah, listen, and then
I do what I want to do. So
my other part was when Littlefinger finally got busted.
Now, okay, this is the little controversy over the Littlefinger thing.
Don't tell me is he getting the Tupac?
No.
He's still alive?
Here's the thing. Arya killed Littlefinger. They say, remember, the prophecy was supposed to be brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. Littlefinger had the green eyes. Some people say Daenerys has green eyes. They're not quite sure if the prophecy in the book, in the storyline, pertained to Littlefinger or to Daenerys, which
I would say Daenerys, because I don't know if Littlefinger has enough significance to be a prophecy worthy.
And see, and
he's not prophecy worthy.
That's what I'm worried about, because that means Arya coming for her. So now that kind of gives us a good lead in. What's your predictions for tonight? This is a series. This is it. This is done. Somebody's going to sit on the Iron Throne.
I have a very it's a wild prediction, but we'll see. And I think Jon Snow's going to sit on the throne.
You think? So okay, hold on. Jon Snow officially on the throne. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, listen, they're playing. It's the storyline. Deep down, everybody should realize that's the storyline they want. But
that's what everybody wants.
The whole thing is this: if the guy is being set up that way, I just see a choice coming where he has to choose love or whatever the other choice is. Maybe Daenerys tries to kill Sansa, and he kills Daenerys trying to kill Sansa.
Now,
George, what you thinking?
So my top moment, because you skipped over that.
Oh, I apologize, George.
Weren't we leaving the best for last?
My favorite moment is the North remembered. The North was going to remember. After the Red Wedding,
It's a good one.
Arya came in. The North remembered. Let's just leave it at that. It's a good, nicely done revenge. That was much needed, gave a lot of fans relief, and I can't wait to see her in action tonight. This bootleg wine is delicious.
And that's your only favorite scene? You don't have any other ones?
Oh, I could, but they entail to lead up to tonight's ending, and I want to do my best to keep that under wraps.
Okay. All right.
I can't give my predictions because I kind of know how it's going to end.
So you real fancified right now. So you already know how this thing's going to end?
I know how it's going to end, and here's what I'm going to say. When everything's said and done, until the reboot comes, folks, I am a wedding planner, and I do miraculous weddings. And they're very color coordinated, from the red wedding, the purple wedding. We got a
Lord.
green one coming up.
Nobody wants. Listen, the last wedding that you planned, everybody died. I don't think your wedding pitch is going to go over well, George.
Have you seen the amount of Game of Thrones weddings that there are this year alone?
Yeah, that's a good point. But those marriages won't survive.
Look, you know
You
how.
should just save the money and take her to a night's inn.
Well, no, just hear me out.
That was a terrible pun.
You know how.
The Night's End, really? This is the lowbrow comedy that we have on this show.
What about the jousting thing? What was it? What do they call it where you used to go where they would joust and you eat, eat the mutton chop and.
Oh, I know what you talk about.
It was on the cable
guy.
But I've been to a place like that.
Like Camelot or the medieval times. Medieval times. No, you know what? Everybody loves medieval times until you get some old age disease. Like prophylactics aren't prevalent around this time. I don't think there's ever been anybody.
You could straight up die from getting diarrhea. You could.
Yeah.
Cholera's a bitch.
So I've heard. I don't think they've gone that deep. Well, no. The only thing that they have in Game of Thrones as far as communicable diseases that we've seen is what Jorah had.
By the way, I got that from Chappelle. He talks about that.
Yeah.
People just die from.
I appreciate
Remember
the
that
Chappelle
bit? It made me think about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Chappelle played into that, but we appreciate you for knowing a black comedian.
I'm all about the quotas.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, it's like affirmative action in reverse. What do we got? 5 more minutes until Game of Thrones. Listen, I want to know y'all guys' predictions. Like the chat's live. If you have any predictions on how Game of Thrones is going to end, who's going to finally sit on the Iron Throne, we're going to kind of tally up things to see who's right. And then we're going to come back with the post show we're coming right back during the credits and get live reactions on how you think the series ended. Me personally, I put my money on Sansa. Sansa is going to be the final person to sit on that Iron Throne. There needs to be a Stark on the Iron Throne. Justice for Ned. Ned got done dirty in King's Landing. His daughter is coming back because Jon don't want it. The Mad Queen has to be taken out. She is a war criminal. And my man Grey Worm, this is what happens when you follow the oppressive regime down the toilet. He went off, killed up a whole bunch of the best of King's Landing, and unfortunately, he got to get taken out too. At the end of the day, a Stark will reside on the Iron Throne. Guarantee it. Book it. It'll definitely be Sansa. If it ain't Sansa, it'll be Jon Snow.
Wow.
Do you think Tyrion survives the night?
I mean, he has been surviving everything. I feel like he's just. I mean, listen. I thought he was done because now Jaime's dead. How do you have proof that he escaped? Does she even notice it?
Does Bronn get his money? Because the Lannister always pays his debt.
If Tyrion dies, it's because Daenerys kills him.
No, I think Bronn's going to kill him.
Who?
I think he comes back for his. I think Tyrion runs off somewhere, and he hides from the Dragon Queen. And Bronn's he knows where to find. He knows where he's going to be. And at the end of the day, he's going to want his money, and he can't. They just put Game of Thrones on the TV.
Real quick, what would both of you feel if, say, in the end, no one gets a throne? Say things happen and there's no throne to claim.
Well, then you've wasted 10 years of my life.
But
I
it
call
would
that
still,
communism, sir.
It would still be better than Lost.
And we're not communist on this show.
Well, I
Still
might be a
better than
little
Lost.
bit.
Whoa. Lost gave me, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be better than Lost. That's definitely for
Thank
sure.
you.
Oh, man. Lost is... Game of Thrones is better than Lost. We're having that conversation right now, aren't we?
Yeah, you can have that conversation.
Game of Thrones is better than Lost.
Yeah, hands down.
That's like WWF versus
Modern WWE?
or WCW like way back.
Are you
going
to put it in wrestling terms?
Yeah.
WCW had a great run. Don't do that.
Not in the late 80s.
We're not doing that. No. The WCW had a great run. Don't be a hater. At the end of the day, Game of Thrones, it will go down as probably the best television series ever. It is definitely the most watched. And
We're doing a pre-game show on it. Have we ever done that?
Yeah, how about that? The fact that we have a pregame show on a television program.
And a post game, and let's not forget, from what my sources told me last week on your little rinky-dink show.
Wow.
You were quoted on your prediction.
Uh-huh.
And apparently your engineer guy in the corner has clips. So I am curious to see how that's going to go.
For next Wednesday. Well, listen, we'll do a recap. We got Don. How much time we got? 1 minute. 1 minute till Game of Thrones. We're about to go get our seats and get ready. You got 60 seconds to the end of an era. As soon as the credits roll, we'll be right back in these chairs to talk and get your reactions. For everybody that stuck around for the pre-show, much love. Remember, we up at Gamers Heaven, and Game of Thrones is about to be on now.